Addiction is a word that is often used to describe behaviors of individuals when they are constantly seeking a drug. And they do that such that understanding that there is a negative or harmful consequence of that behavior. So that really is the common term that people use or associate with addiction. But I think it's important to understand that not all of the professional organizations use the word addiction. If you think about it from the National Institutes of Drug Abuse, that word addiction is used commonly, but in other medical associations like the American Psychiatric Association, that word is not used. So the DSM-5, the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual for Mental Disorders, they don't use the word addiction at all. In that context, the words substance use disorders is the more go-to term. That substance use disorder, it used to be called substance abuse disorder, but they removed the word abuse because it has some stigma to it. So really it's substance use disorder. And that is classified in mild, moderate, or severe spectrum, basically. So that is the idea on how these, trying to even reconcile words like addiction and substance use disorder. Sometimes there is not alignment around those words. But for the layperson, I think we understand what the word addiction means. And if you think about it, if you try to pair up the two organizations, the National Institutes of Drug Abuse and the DSM, think about this as addiction is really the moderate or severe drug use disorder spectrum. The other part that's important to understand with addiction are two things. One is it is a complex, relapsing mental health disorder. So I think it's important to understand it that way. But also, it is a complex brain disorder because what we have seen with the use of most drugs is that there are both immediate and long-term structural brain changes that occur. So for those reasons, it's important to understand addiction not only in the behavior, but also in the fact that it is identified as a mental health disorder as well as a complex brain disorder. No opioids, Wisconsin. Get trained. Save a life.